All right, so welcome everyone to the Entrepreneurs Club. You can say the automated income live sharing and training. So I want you guys to, if you can, if you have, okay, take out notebooks and a pen. Today I want to go through some pretty important things. So you guys will know what's going to happen, I would say, this year or next few years in terms of the economy and all these things. All right, so let me just share my screen first. Did I share my screen yet? Not yet, right? Let me share my screen. Right? Again, we have a tradition, right? So that means whenever you learn something new, whenever you think this is a very important things that you have learned from my training, just comment 777 in the chat box. So you guys, I know that you guys are paying attention. I know you guys maybe this particular topics or points is very important to you guys as well. All right, so let me take out my pens. I'm going to use a very simple not study, very simple chart or graph to let you guys know what's the journey of life. Okay, I will keep using this one as well. Okay, it's called ESBI. Okay, because for the last few days, for the last few weeks, I think you guys can see my face, right? I have like, so this is the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? And the author is called Robert Kiyosaki, and I highly recommend you guys read the book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And we know he's a businessman. Okay, he's not an investor. He is investor, but the point is, it started with a business mindset, and then he based on the business mindset and created his what we call real estate enterprise. Right? He created his educational system, which is like getting a lot of people just buying the book. He make like millions of dollars just by selling one book. But not to mention right now, the series of Rich Dad Poor Dad had over 30 books. 30. I mean 30 books. Basically, he's releasing 1 or 2 books every single year. So he's just making money by printing it, okay? And it's in, I think it's like 10, 20, even 30 different languages around the globe, right? That he's selling it. In China, a lot of fans, right? In USA, in Canada, different countries, a lot of fans because of this, of him, because of the education system he claimed based on the ESBI chart, right? So when you read a book, okay, when you read a book, there's no way to understand, you can understand the whole concept. Okay, you need to read like 10 times, 20 times. Just look at it. When you guys are in school, in primary school, when you guys learn something new, there's no way you can learn anything with just by reading, right? You have to you need to revise it. You need to keep reading it, do some research, find some reference book, right? That means the same topic, you may spend a few weeks just to fully understand it. Not to mention just a book, right? This book, it could be a lifetime of what Robert have done, because he's basically written down his life journey of the past 40 years before he written this book. Now he's nearly 80 years old, right? So when he first created this book, I think he's already like 50 or 60 years old, right? That means he spent his whole life and write down something on this book, but you may not understand what it exactly means. So you need to read it a lot of time, multiple times, just to understand just a few key points. So that's why in every single book he released, he always talk about ESBI. So you know very important about it, right? But for ESBI, for the past few days, or I guess for the past few weeks, I want you to understand this first. Okay, I give me like 2 minutes. I quickly go through what it means for ESBI. Right? If you know it, which is good. But this is my version. This is my version, right? For E, what it is? What's E? E is basically employee, right? That means you are a staff working in a company. Okay, working for someone. Okay, you are getting paid in terms of salary. All right, so you're working for people. S, you can call small businessman. Okay, small businessman, or you can call small business, or some will call it smart people. Okay, smart people. Okay, stay with me till the end of this training, because I'll give you guys some sort of surprise. Not surprise, I mean, it's like some homework for you guys to do as well. All right, and then B, basically businessman. Okay, you own a business, and I is investor. Okay, is investor. Okay, you can draw this down. You can draw it on the notebook. You can write down some key point on this graph as well. So we need to put a line in between. Okay, this group of people, the ES, accounted for 97% of people. Okay, nearly 99% of people on Earth. Okay, that means you guys, basically you guys are part of it. Okay, and then we have the businessman. or people who own a business, or people who are investors. So these two, let me give us a specific keyword. For business, it must be a very important keyword. It's called automated business. Okay, this keyword automated is the most important things. Okay, you can own a business, but if you're working inside the business, you are just a small enterprise. As long as you need to work inside the business, you are on the left-hand side. Okay, the left-hand side. You're not on the right-hand side. Okay, I mean it, because when you stop working, just look at this. When you're under E or S, as long as you stop working, you have no income. Right? Think about it. A lot of people open their restaurant. They open a restaurant, they're selling ice cream, they're selling soft drink, they're selling other things. Okay, selling fried rice or whatever. But you are the chef, maybe you are the cashier, maybe you are someone working inside the restaurant. But as long as you stop working, done. End of the story. End of the business. Right? So that's the main things. But how about here, people on here? You just need to ask yourself, after 1 year, okay, after 1 year of you not touching, you are not touching the business at all. Okay, you need to ask yourself, what if after 1 year, you don't touch your business at all? Can it survive? Can it? Okay, or it even going up? Okay, the business is showing the revenue going up. If yes, then this is what we call an automated business. Then you're on the right-hand side, because this is printing money for you. It's printing money for you, and you do not need to work at all. You just basically sit down, and then something going to keep printing money for you every single week, every single month, or every single year. That's what we call automated business, right? And then here it's called investment. Basically, you invest in something that can generate money. For example, an automated business, like Warren Buffett, buy the share of McDonald's, right? Buy the share of Tesla, buy the share of Apple, and he keep giving you like what? Dividends, right? And that dividend is what we call free money, right? So that's what we call on the right-hand side, right? And here it only accounts for 1%, only 0.1% of people on earth. I mean it. I mean it. So that's what these people, we also call it the market maker. Okay, remember this, write down this word, the market maker. And people on the left-hand side, they're what? They are just retail buyer. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit like investment. It's a little bit like investment, but you need to understand this concept. All right? Why? Okay, how business make money? Think about it, like how business make money. The business make money by selling something, right? They either sell a product or they either sell a service. To who? To retail buyer, right? Apple created the iPhone and you sell to you guys, and you guys pay money, then you have an iPhone. But you know how much Apple is making profits? One iPhone can cost like $1,000, but the cost of creating an iPhone could be just like $400. So that's like 60% in profit margin. And then there could be marketing costs, can be investment cost, whatever cost. And if you look at Apple's, the profit and loss, they have up to 30% profit margin in Apple. So where those 30% goes to? Those 30% of profits goes to what? The shareholder. Who's the shareholder? The investor. The people who buy the stock. The people who are sitting on the board, okay, inside Apple. Right? So these people sharing money from who? Where they get the money from? From you guys, the retail buyer. All right? Okay? So what? It's a retail buyer. And they're all using what? Something called leverage. Okay, you need to remember this keyword on leverage. They're leveraging your money. They're leveraging the logistic system. Whatever system they can use. They're hiring people as a staff to work inside the business, and then they can sell the product every single way around the world. Right? They hire logistic company. They work with different factory, right? And then they also utilize the money from the bank. They utilize the money from the government to ask for funding. So then what? They can make more investment. They can build more factory. They can build more things and then sell to you guys, right? So then ask yourself, then right now, do you want to stay on the left or you want to stay on the right? Okay, comment in the chat. Because if you still think like the left-hand side, you will always being scammed. I mean it. I'm not talking about scam a lot, but this is scam. Just by the way, you buy the iPhone for $1,000, but you know it. It just costs $400. You can even buy it in the second-hand market after 1 year, just 1 year. The This iPhone, let's say when it's iPhone 13 or something like that, right? Just wait for 6 months. You can buy it at like 30%, even 50% off, just because you buy later after 6 months. But why you want to buy it right now? Why? Just because of what? You want it because of the privilege of holding it on day one. All these are emotional factors. So these people, whether it's investor or businessman, they just use your emotional factor, the psychological power that they know, and then sell you something that you pay way more, that you take from your salary. All right? And not to mention who pay you the salary, the businessman, business owner pay you the salary. And then part of the salary you need to pay to the government as well. And then what happened to the government? The government used the money as a funding to support businessmen so that they can hire more people. And it's a loop. Businessmen hire employee, and then they pay you the salary. And then the government take back the taxes from your salary. And they use the money again, going back to the businessman. So the businessman or the government always is the one who create the market. They are the market maker. Okay, and you guys, 97% of people, most of these people are retail buyers. So you need to understand this concept. I mean, always think like this. So right now, who are you? Are you being controlled by the government, or being controlled by the policy, or what we call a sales tactic, like buy one, get one free today, 30% off, whatever things, then you put your money there. That's it, right? So you need to know what you need to understand these things. Okay, so this is the main thing we gotta understand first. So main concept number one. Okay, then okay, so then what to do? So you're saying that I should not work for someone. I should not start a business, or I should not, or maybe I have to go to start a business, or I have to become an investor. So what is the proper way to do it? What's the proper way to do it? Right? So the proper way to do it is here. E and then what? S and then what? B and then I. It's always like that. Okay? Give me another 5 minutes to explain why you need to go like this. Okay, it's a life journey. It's a life journey. So if you work for someone first, right? You have to work for someone first, because you're working in a business that is profitable. Okay, a lot of you guys may come from an Asian family, right? Most of the family or parents just tell you, hey, go to university and then get a degree so they can work for some big company, and then the big company gonna offer you a good salary, and then you just need to work inside the company for 40 years, and then you can retire free. Right? This is basically most of the parents tell you to do like that, right? So, but why? But most people, when they go to work in a business, they think about only salary. But no, what you should do is you work inside business to do what? To learn about the business. Learn how they do it. Learn how they do it. Think about it. Just like for example, you want to be a chef. You want to open a restaurant. Let's say, I don't know, a noodle restaurant. You can really work inside a noodle restaurant, but you are not work inside just for the salary. You work inside to understand exactly how this guy run this business. But do not work in a business, a restaurant only have just one store. Go for those chained restaurants. Okay, what does it mean? They mean they have multiple restaurants around the globe. Okay, at least around your city, around your country, like McDonald's, KFC. Right? Some have multiple restaurants. So that means they're able to multiply their business. They mean they're not working just following the order from the boss. They're working based on what? Based on the system. You need to understand the system. You need to study the system. Right? It may take you a few years to study. Right? After you understand how it works, then what's next? You can start to open your own restaurant. Right? Let me give you a story. Anyone know Li Ka-shing? Li Ka-shing, Taiwan, if you know Li Ka-shing. Right? Most of you guys know, right? The richest guy. Right? A side story. You know Li Ka-shing, what he's doing right now? So if you guys know the history, Li Ka-shing became a tycoon in Hong Kong in early 20, okay, early 2000, or the late 1990s, right? He made tons of money in real estate and in what we call a plastic flower factory. Then he moved lump sum of money into China market in around 2000 years, okay, 2000 to 2010. This 10 years, he moved tons of money in China to do what? To buy land. Okay, to buy land. Okay, and then what's next? After you buy the land, if you know, in the last 4 or 5 years, he sell everything in China and everything in Hong Kong, and he moved to UK. Okay, he moved the fund to UK. Yes. So this is how you make money. So let me give you a very quick one. So in around 1990s, okay, to like around early 20,000. So he make tons and tons of money from plastic flower, selling plastic things, right? Plastic flower and plastic things, and then you get to USA, and then make tons and tons of money, right? And then he moved to China. He moved the money to China. Okay, in China, he didn't build any house. What you do is just buy the land. It's smart. Because in China, there is need for land to build house in the last 10 years. So you just buy the land, didn't invest any money, just buy it and hold it, and then sell the land back to the government or back to the developer. He didn't even build anything because he knows it's a waste of time and money to build something because there's not enough people to buy to afford the house there. So he just buy the land and then cash out, makes tons and tons of money. And then in the last 5 years, he moved to UK. And in UK, he invests in a lot of different stuff. Yeah, lots of different stuff in UK. And then this year, he made another move. He moved most of his money to Singapore. So for those in Singapore, you are lucky. The Asian tycoon right now is moving to Singapore with all the money. You can search. It's just a very, let me see. See? May 13th, just 2 weeks ago. Hong Kong tycoon Li Ka-shing private investment firm, Horizon Venture, is opening Singapore office to find new investment opportunities. So that means, okay, for those in Singapore, you know, okay, he's going to do something there. Okay, could be housing, could be, I don't know, could be something, right? But we don't know yet, right? And he's also, I think he's also invested on Facebook and Zoom. Yeah, Facebook and Zoom. He's also make a lot of money from those technology firms as well. But back to here. So why do you talk about the ESBI? What Li Ka-shing did? Li Ka-shing, when he first started, if you guys know, in early 1980s or something like that, the plastic is very expensive. Okay, no one is selling plastic. It's so difficult to do. So what he sell metal bucket. Okay, buckets. You know, when you go to shower, you know, you use buckets, right? In old time. So it's made in metal, right? But it's heavy. It is, you need to carry it around to sell it. But then in one time, when he was trying to, when Li Ka-shing tried to sell a metal bucket to some company or some guys, he knocked it out the door, but no one gonna buy it. Why? Because previously there's another guy trying to pitch the same buyer with the concept of plastic buckets. Yeah, it's plastic, it's cheaper, easy to carry, it never what's it called? Rust. It will not go rust. Because you know when the metal bucket turn rusty, you need to throw it away. Basically, make your clothes in yellow or the water become yellow, right? But the plastic one is easy and it's cheap. Okay, so what to do? Li Ka-shing see that, oh my God, there's a new opportunity. So he ended up quitting the job in the original factory. He moved to work inside the plastic factory. I think he stayed there for a few years until he became the CEO or at least the top manager of that plastic bucket factory, right? And then he tried to build relationship with the existing staff. He tried to build relationship with the existing, basically the whole system. And then the next day, he quit the job, opened another one, exactly the same plastic bucket company, and he asked his staff, his friend inside the original company and work for him. So he's turned from what? He turned from an employee, he see the opportunity of the future, and he became an employee in a plastic bucket firm, and he ended up opening his own, what we call plastic flower firm factory. He became a small, we call a small businessman. Because he know the whole system, that's why within just a few months, a few years, it became an automated business. He made tons and tons of money just because of selling plastic flower, right? Then he made the first bucket, millions of dollars. What's next? Okay, you see that? Okay, in 1997, Hong Kong real estate have a big dump in terms of real estate. Okay, everything is so cheap. And Li Ka-shing basically spent all his money buying up tons and tons of flats and apartments, and then within just 1 year, the market go back up and he sell everything. That's how he turned his first million to become like hundreds of millions. And he repeat the same thing in 2000 and 2003 in Hong Kong. And he end up move to become an investor. Okay, so that's his journey. That's his journey. Okay, all right. But you know what happened right now? You know what happened right now for a lot of people? A lot of people, they're here, right? They're employee, they're staff. They're not thinking about how to increase their cash flow. They're not thinking about how to increase their income. They think about how can they increase their capital. Okay, this is different. This is different. So understand this concept. You are thinking about income. So income, right? You have income. Okay, and then you have what? Capital. Or you can say your saving. I would call this is just your saving. Very important concept. Where is your income coming from? Just ask out, okay, where you get your income. You need to know. You have income and you have what? You have what you call expenses, right? Okay. Expenses is easier to control than income. Okay, I'll repeat. Expenses is easier to control than income. Why? Because if your boss fire you, you have no income, right? Your boss is the one who controlling your salary. Your boss is the one that controlling your income. It's not you. You really remember. Think about just last 2 years. Right? When COVID hits, a lot of companies shut down. They need to fire you or they need to reduce your salary. A lot of people lose their jobs just because of that. Then you realize that, oh my God, I have no control over my income because my boss can fire me without any notice and no compensation at all. Right? The restaurant business can shut down. Airline business can shut down. Right? But the only thing you can control is your expenses, which is maybe your rent. Yeah. If you don't have a house, you have a rent. You need to pay rent, right? Go for a smaller house. Cheap. I mean, instant save you a few $100s per month. Don't eat too luxury, right? Eat cheaper. Okay? Cook for yourself. Right? Move to another cheaper country. Okay, there's a lot of ways to reduce your expenses, but a lot of people, they only think about, okay, how can I increase my capital? But they're not thinking about increase the income because they think, oh, this is my job. The only way to increase my income could be, there's two ways. The first way is, okay, study more. What do you mean study more? Master degree? Hey, let me study another master degree. Oh, so that my boss going to increase maybe 5% of my salary, but you pay like $20,000 just for the master degree, and it's just because of that extra 10% increase in salary. Does it make sense? How's the ROI? You spend a 20K for MBA. It could be more, right? 20K for like a very easy master degree, let's say. But you end up only getting a raise of like $500, let's say. Extra $500 per month for a salary. It could be. I mean, a lot of people is like that. So that means how much? You make extra 1 year, $6,000. Okay, $6,000. And you spend 20K just to study. So how many years you need to make back your investment? 4 years. 4 years. Does it make sense? You need to spend another 4 years just to make back your initial investment in your master degree. And then you start making profits. Right? So what's next? After 4 years, oh my God, I need to start a doctor degree. Then you pay a doctor degree or an MBA degree, whatever things. There must be something for you to study. Right? You need to go for another thing, and your boss asks you to do something, right? So many people go for this route. Okay, and it doesn't work like that. Okay, it's just a scam. Totally a scam. Who make the money? Who make the most money? The school. The school selling courses makes the most money. The university, the MBA, the whatever program, they make the money first, and I don't care how old you are, they make the money, right? Or you change another job. You go for another job, you ask for a higher pay, but then those usually just give you maximum 5 to 10% in income. That's it. That's most people getting when they try to think about multiplier income. That's why it's so slow. It's super, super slow. So what they think? They think, hey, I have some saving. I have some saving. Why don't I try to invest in stock market? Why do I try to invest in USD or whatever? Like right now, you have cryptocurrency and whatever stupid things happening, right? I start, oh, put your money there, you may get rich quick, right? So who's is making money from you? Remember this one? The market maker. The market maker. You're a retail buyer. You have no experience just because of, I don't know, Uncle A or Uncle B or Peter or John or Andy make some money last month in buying Tesla. So right now, you're all in USA stock. What happened to USA stock? Just look at Tesla. You know how much the Tesla price right now? 628 from 1,300. All-time high, nearly 1,300. So think about it, 50% lost just in this year. 50% loss. So think about it. So if you follow your friend, just because of last year, your friend makes tons and tons of money, okay? Last year, because he's buying Tesla from like, I don't know, let's say long time, like in 2020, buying Tesla, when Tesla just like $100, and it make, oh my God, I make like 10x of my money just buy a Tesla with my $10,000. I make like 100K right now. And then you talk to your friend, you share your friend, and then your friend, maybe you are the friend, and you go all in. Oh yeah, I have like 20K saving. I have 20K saving, which is my capital. Maybe try to play with Tesla. Okay, think about it. The moment your friend or your family member tell you that they made money and you start to follow, that's too late. Remember this concept. The moment your friends or your family or someone tell you that, oh, they have made money and they tell you to join, that's already too late. Because the opportunity of money to be made is gone. They made the money already. They have made the money. And not you. You're the one who what? Who buy the position that they need to sell. Okay? So that's why it's stupid. I mean, not stupid. You should not focusing on get rich quick by using a saving for this kind of stuff. Before you think about being an investor, you should know how to increase your income first, because this is guaranteed. It's safer than this one. It's more than like guaranteed. Okay? Be a better staff, become a manager, right? Become, I don't know, go to a bigger company. Go to, I don't know, even create a small business. This can give you secure income. Then you use the extra money that you make to invest. Okay? So type 1 or type 777, if you agree what I mean. You get what I mean. Okay? Or if you know what I'm talking about. Okay? So that's why now let's go to another chart. So this is concept number 2. Okay, concept number 2. So ESBI. Okay, ESBI. Do not become an investor if you do not understand how business works. Please do not become an investor if you have no idea how business works. You don't even know how Tesla make money while you invest in Tesla. I mean it. If you don't even know how Tesla make money while you invest in Tesla, just because the car looks good, because if you are not a businessman, it's so difficult for you to really understand income statement, profit and loss, right? Cash flow, right? All these chart and table things, it takes time to study. Okay, unless you put in the time to study first for like 1 or 2 years before you invest, or you try to become a businessman. This, when you become a businessman, you know where to spend money, where's marketing, where's staff, where's like salary, all this money comes and goes, so you can predict whether the business can go up or down. So that's why you should not invest if you not yet hit this level, at least, businessman. Right? Because it will be very hard for you to spot any problem within this company. Right? Okay? Now, next one. Okay, then yes, what should I do? I have money, what should I do? I have some money there, what should I do? Right? Before you think about investing, you need to understand this one. I took 2 keywords, right? Cash flow, which is what you can call income. You can call it income. Okay. And then you have investment. Okay, investment. Okay, you have investment. you need to make sure that this is stable, and then so you can make investment decision. Okay, you need to make sure that you have stable cash flow so you can make investment decision. I've covered this in our previous training already. What do I mean? Think about it. Let's say you know right now your monthly income is, let's say, 1K. You're making 1K, saving, another saving. That means after all expenses, you have 1K left. You have 1K left per month. And you need to think about, what should I do with this 1K? So then you start thinking about what you should do with this 1K. All right? So now, that means how much you have in 1 year? 12K, right? Saving. You have 12K in saving. That's your yearly saving. I don't care. First of all, I don't care how much existing saving you have. I don't care. Please don't talk to me, hey, Yik, I have $1 million in my saving account that I saved up for the past 30 years. What should I buy? This is not what I want you to buy. Instead, you should tell me, hey, Yik, how much I am making per year. If you tell me, let's say, even though you have $1 million, okay, in a saving, okay, but you actually have zero, okay, you have zero income per year because you retired, then you should not invest into any high-risk investment at all, because there's no way for you to make back your initial investment if you invest all this money. All right? Your investment decisions should be based on your future income. Okay? Your future income. The so-called is really guaranteed. Again, non-financial advice for this training, just by sharing about how I look into investment opportunity. Okay? I mean, and you guys have your own research. There's different people can have different situation. But for me, when I look at you, okay, you have $1 million, I don't care. Because you can put $1 million into something and then done. If you put in Tesla, your $1 million become 500,000. And then you have no way to make back that $500,000. Because if Tesla tomorrow, Elon Musk make a call, hey, there's an explosion in our China factory. We have to shut down this batch of Tesla battery for the 100K Tesla that we have sold in the past half years. Think about this. This will make the price of $600 Tesla down to $100 because they need to pay a lot of money in terms of refund and all these things. This could happen. This could happen. I'm telling you, anything can happen in the business. All right. So that's why. What do you mean, Yik? You should make your investment based on your income, future income for the next 12 months. That means right now, I would say maximum you should invest is actually 12K. All right. Why? Why only 12K? Why not the $1 million I make? I only have. Because if this 12K is a total loss, it's just that you do not have any saving for this next 12 months. But you have already covered all your expenses because this 1K is after your expenses. Right? It's pure saving. That means just bonus money. You use your bonus saving money to invest, but just using 1 year of budget. That means 12K. And in this 12K, when you try to invest into anything, you must do what we call average. We can say average or buy. Okay, average or buy. They mean never all in at once. Right? Never all in at once, even you have 12K. Because this 12K come from where? This 12K come from your future income. They mean actually each month you only have 1K. Right? Each month, actually, you only have 1K to buy something. And within this 1K, you should not spend all 1K. You may just take 30% of it. Could be what? Could be $300 to invest into, let's say, Tesla. That's it. Each month, you're going to take $300 to buy Tesla. And then this is for the next 12 months. That means it will help you to prevent the problem that's happening right now. Let's say if you go all in the early this year, you buy at $1,000, you spend 12K, now your 12K become how much? Become only 6K. But if you just buy $300 each month, your losses is way lower. Okay, your losses is way lower. And then now you have more buying power as well, because the remaining 70% of your money, you're putting it in another account. than to buy something when it's very, very cheap. Maybe let's say Tesla, we really drop back to like $500. Let's say here, around $400, which is very good buying point. You can buy another 10%. Okay, when it drops to like 200, or 100, just buy another 10%. So you're having a stronger buying power when you dip more. Okay, yep, this may reduce the profit you're making, but this will be guaranteed that you will not lose your whole capital. Right? And you are not spending this $1 million. Then what should I do with this $1 million? Go for super, super safe investment. Could be something like a bond that guarantee 1 to like 3% per year. That's good enough. Because you do not want to risk your capital or your saving. Because think about it, is your $1 million reduce 50% in saving? End game is end game of a life. You need to work another 30 years to make it 500K. Okay, make sense? Okay, tell what you make sense. I mean it. Very, very important concept. I've told this, I share this with a lot of my people, a lot of people in my group, but they think, no, yeah, I have 100K in my bank. I don't know what to do. But you actually, your yearly saving actually 12K. Why you put 100K in working into something? It will be so hard for you to make back the losses from this 100K because you have no experience in investment. And not to mention, people are borrowing money. Never borrow money to invest. Never. This is like a golden rule in every single thing. Never borrow money to invest. But, okay, you can ask for investor to invest in your business. That's another story. Right? Because the risk is not yours. If you borrow money to invest something, the risk is on you because you need to pay back the investor. Then you need to pay back the people who loan you the money. But if you start a business just like Alibaba, Ma Yun, Jack Ma, just like Elon Musk. You know when Elon Musk first started Tesla, here, early this year, they have no money. Where they get the money from? They get the money from Obama. I mean, like from government, from US government. They tell them, hey, we're the first ever electronic car. There's a bright future. We can reduce the usage of petroleum. Okay? And the US government give them like how much? Millions of dollars every single year. Millions of dollars to Tesla. It could be a total loss. They don't care. It's just because of Elon Musk is good at pitching. Give money to Elon Musk. Elon Musk is what? He's spending none of his money and only using money from the funding to make Tesla like that. Okay? If you are a businessman do not use his own money. Otherwise, this is not a sustainable business. Businessmen use the money from where? From investor and money from what? From the customer. All right? But you are what? You're thinking about, okay, maybe borrow money to invest into something that you cannot even guarantee a return or not. So this is really important. I mean it. If you borrow money, you cannot make it back, you shouldn't borrow. And even if you want to borrow money, only borrow maximum, right here, 30% of your saving that you can save each month. Let's say you can save 1K per year, right? Per month. Then you can maximum borrow $300 per month. 1 year, it could be like around 3K. That's it. Because even when you need to pay back that 3K, you can just take some of it from your saving every single month from your salary. Okay? It will not make you suffer. But a lot of people, they don't care. Whatever I can borrow, I borrow it first. Okay? Because you cannot predict the future. Okay? There's no way you can predict the future. You can only control what? You can only control what? Where is it? Not here. You can only control your expenses. Okay, talk about this like 10 minutes ago, right? You can only control your expenses. And what's your expenses? You're borrowing, you borrow people's money. Your investment. Okay? Okay? That's the main thing I want to share with you guys. Kind of till here. Right? So what's next? What's next? So what you need to do is actually focus on what? Making more income. Cash flow. How? Yeah, how should I do? I'm working in a job. Let's say I'm an accountant. I'm an accountant right now. I'm working in a firm, and I can make like let's say 2K per month, and then I can save like 1K. So what do I do? What should I do? First, ask yourself: is accounting or accountant really something you like to do or love to do? Okay, this is about your time you spent. That on earth, in your whole life, okay, the only thing that's important, okay, is time. It's not money. Okay, time. Do you want to work like 10 hours in a firm just because of the extra $1,000? Or you prefer to become, I don't know, become a farmer? Let's say, actually, you want to be a farmer. I don't know. Some people want to be a farmer. And you can go to, let's say, Cambodia. You can buy a farm and become a farmer instantly. You live your dream life. Yes, a farm in Cambodia only costs you a few hundred US dollars. Link to it. Let's say 1K. You can really buy a piece of land, $1,000 in Cambodia. You have your farm, spend another $500, build a house. That's it. This is your life. Raise some chicken, right? Buy a motorbike, and then you can go to the wet market or whatever market, buy some food, and you cook there. I mean it. You can spend your life there if you really want to do something like that. Or why you want to become an accountant? It's because of what you want to buy an LV bag, a Gucci bag, a Lamborghini, or whatever like this. This is just the society, okay, created because they are what? They are the market maker. They create what we call create something, an illusion that you need to have more money. You need to have the LV bag. You need to have the cool Rolex. You need to have the Lamborghini. You need to have, I don't know, something that you can compare with your family or compare with friends. All this is an illusion because you're what? You're not following what you really, really want. You're following what the society want you to buy and want you to spend money on, which is, at the end, it contributes back to the market maker, which is the people who are investor or people who are the business owner. All right? All right? So that's why if you are right now, you're working in a job, you're working something, first, you need to know is what you want first. Okay? You know, there's a book called The Secret, right? Anyone have watched read a book called The Secret or documentary The Secret? And what? He mentioned one really important thing. He called the vision board. Okay, vision board. And the vision board things is the thing you need to do right now, or today, or tomorrow, or this week. Do it together with your family. Try to visualize where you want to become or where you want to go. Let's say in next 5 years or 10 years, or the life that you want to be forever. Because you don't need the money for that. Most of the time, you don't need money for that. You may say, oh, I think most people are going to put like a car, a house, whatever things. But what if you have it? What's next? What's next? You have the house. You know where Elon Musk is living right now? You know? Elon Musk live in a $50,000 house. Not this one, not this one. Images. This. I don't know if it's true or not. All I know is Elon Musk, a few months ago, I mean last year, he sold all his house and everything. And then he moved into a house like that. Like that. It's a company called Boxful. It basically make a house look like a container. And the size is just like roughly 300 feet or 500 feet, 500 square feet. That's it. Why? Why you want to do like that? That means he has experienced how a rich life is. And that's not what he really, really wants. He don't even stay in the house. Like most of his time is in the office. But even in the Tesla office or what we call a SpaceX office, he's going around. It's no point for him to enjoy life in the swimming pool. This is not what he wants. His life, what he wants is go to Mars ASAP. He wants to go to Mars. So that is what he wants. So that's why he go all in. Everything's not contribute to his dream or his mission. He just throw it away. It's really clear. It's really clear. Because at the end, it's just one thing. Okay, simplicity. Okay, simplicity. Okay, simple is neat. If you don't even know what you want, then your life is controlled by a lot of scattered things. So many different things. Oh, I want to go to a movie. Oh, I want to buy a car. I want to go to school. I want to do this. I want to do this, do that, do that. There's so many things you want to do. But doesn't mean this is your dream. Doesn't mean this is what you really, really want. Because the time you spend on each of this are making you further away from your dream life. Okay, so that's why you want to do what? You want to have a shortcut, right? That's all you guys want. You want to have a shortcut. So that's why you go to what? Invest. You go to do something else that actually making you even worse. So I would say my advice is, okay, don't look at this as a business. Okay, think about this is something that generates you income. Don't treat this like a company. Treat this like an income source. So what do you mean? Yeah. Let's say you're an accountant. Back to the story, you're an accountant. What should I do? Learn new skills. What kind of skills? Maybe instead of doing accounting service for your own firm, you can start sell your accounting service to the business directly. That's what my accountant is doing. Yeah, my accountant is working in a firm. At the same time, my accountant is also working for me as a side income. He make way more money from mine than his firm. His firm will be paying like 2K per month, let's say. But when you take a job from me, you get paid 2K just by 1 year. Just need to work 1 week, 1 year to handle my auditing and accounting, you get another 2K. He can work with like analyze 10 company. And this 10 company, every single year you pay him money. That's extra 20K in bonus income. And all he need to do is just work extra hours during the tax period. That's it. He make more money here. Okay, see, this is his own side business on top of the salary. Right? This is something you guys think about. Okay, you can think about this. Right? If you have the skill set of doing something, why don't you try to become your small investor, a small businessman? He's become a small businessman. You can see, he is working in an accounting firm, and then he has all the skills, he has all the connection. He knows which auditor is the best to work with. He knows which lawyer is the best to work with. He knows how to submit all the documents. So he end up opening his own small business to help people to do accounting. If later on he's good enough, he can even hire people to do this task, which means he become a businessman. He can open his own accounting firm just because of that. Right? And then when he already have an accounting firm, that means he can guarantee what? Income every single year. He don't need to do work at all. He can just get paid every single month from the business. So he has extra money to do what? To do any kind of investment. And because he's an accountant, he can see every single business, how those businesses work. He can see the income, outflow, expenses, income statement, cash flow statement, whatever things. He can get more experience in terms of how to identify whether a company is sustainable or not. So he can make a better decision into which company to invest in, let's say in stock market, or even become a venture capital investor. Right? It's all originated just from the one job, which is accounting. So you can become an accountant, you can become an accountant offering service, you can become an accounting firm owner, and you at the end, you invest in accounting firm as well. And the same as a doctor. I always use this example. You can be a doctor after you graduated, but you work in a hospital. You're an employee. Or you can open your own clinic and you make 100% profit. But you need to use your time to work inside the clinic, because if you don't work, you stop working, there will be no income because you are a small businessman, you have your small clinic. Or you can go ahead and open a hospital or open a clinic, but you hire nurse and doctor to work inside. So you only get paid for the profit. You don't need to work inside at all. You become a businessman. Or you just buy the business, you just become an investor of any hospital or any clinic, and you only earn what? Dividends. It all originated from the same industry, which is doctor, medical industry. How about you? Look at you. Okay, what industry are you into now? Okay, what industry are you into? Okay, based on what industry you are into, okay, find a new income source around that. But if you're like, actually, I hate my industry, find a new one. Okay, before you think about investment, before you think about all this crazy thing, because 90% of people who invest lose money. Okay, unless you just buy a home for 20 years, you don't care. But you buy something that always increase in value. Okay, but it's a bet. You are betting on something that it could last for 20 years. You never know. Okay, even Nokia can get struck down. BlackBerry, one of the best smartphone, also got struck down. All right, you cannot control what the fate of that company. Only you can do is you can control your income first. It's the only thing you can control. All right. So far from here, any question? I know it's a lot of things I cover, but I found that a lot, even myself, okay, sometimes I also forget about this. Okay, keep reminding myself as well. All right, so here is something I want you guys to go to have a look. Most of you guys should have access to the Entrepreneurs Club. Okay, this is what we have something called Entrepreneurs Club. I'm not selling it. This is for people who already have it. If you do not have access to Entrepreneurs Club, send me a private message, maybe on Telegram or on WhatsApp. I will give you guys the access to some of the video as well. It's for free for you guys to watch some of the important video. All right. So in a core training, for those who are with me for a long time, you know, in a core training, okay, I want you to go through at least all these 20 video in the core training. Okay, especially this part about team management. Okay, if you guys want to grow a business, if you already have a business, this team management things can help you hiring, communication, and all these things. So you can have really build your automated business. Okay, and all these things. See the mission things, right? I did this actually 2 years ago. Nearly 2 years ago, like in 2020, yeah, in 2020, and it still work. But no, I mean, it's the concept. It's a theory things, right? So we also talk about. Let me see what else. We also talk about like the core training too. We also talk about like see, find a why. Okay, why you have to be alive, why you need to do all these kind of things, right? And then let me see, customer service. Yeah, this is not what I want. Right. So a lot of things we want you to go with. The entrepreneur is something I like the most. Okay, apart from the what we call the spiritual training I did before, and you need these two first. Okay, before you go through like crazy investment opportunity and all these things, right? Because for the past few months, even myself, I lost a lot of money in terms of like going crazy in the dying market, okay, which is the crypto market and the stock market, because the trend is over. I mean, not over. I mean, like the overall market is going downtrend. It's still on a downtrend. Okay, whether it's stock, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's let me show you guys something. Let's look at S&P. Okay, if you look at S&P, right? Right now, if you guys know, is that for the past 2 years, USA printed tons and tons of money. Okay, they printed tons and tons of money. The inflation index is crazy. The inflation rates index is crazy. It's like every single part of the world have inflation, just because USA printed like 30% of the money, right? And then what's next? So why there will be inflation? When there's a lot of money, right? So when there's a lot of money, what's going to happen? When you have a lot of money, you're going to do what? You're going to buy things. You're going to buy things. What's going to happen? You buy things, the company know you're going to make more money. Still, they what? They'll increase the selling price. But this is inflation. Oh, you have more buying power, then I should increase my selling price so I can get more profits, right? So this will worsen the inflation because things become more expensive. Just like last few years, even pork, chicken, you go to McDonald's, even McDonald's increase the selling price. Every single way is so expensive. If you look at the price of petroleum, it's so expensive right now for you to drive car. All right, that's why Tesla is crazy. Right? People, let's go for electronic. It's better. It's so expensive right now for the petrol. Right? But right now, the USA did a very good things when they start announcing the increase in the interest rates. When they increase the interest rates, what do they mean? They mean you need to pay more interest to your loan. Okay, when you have mortgage, when you have all these things, you need to pay extra 1 or 2% right now. So because the increase in interest rates. That's why even in stock market, it's going down. It's going down. People need to cash out. Most of them, they need to cash out. They need extra money to do something. So when the market go down, or you can say when, just look at this. When you look at, let's say, this one. Okay? So 20%, at least 20%. So in general, not whole earth, the top 500 country, like top 500 company have a negative or 20% from the top. That means they lose 20% of the money, roughly, okay, in average. Just meaning right now, your bank saving, let's say right on Saturday, your bank saving disappear 20%. So what are you going to do? If I already lose like 20%, so what are you going to do? You're going to what? You're going to spend less, right? You will not be as crazy as before when you, like, you used to what? Look at it. It was like that from here to here. You were up like 50%. That means if you have $1 million, you have extra $500,000 if you invest in stock market last year. So you can spend like crazy. You buy every crazy stuff. You buy a new car, you buy something, you buy something. But right now, you're suddenly drop by 20%. So you're going to do what? You're going to stop spending money, right? When people stop spending money, inflation usually will reduce. That's what they're doing right now. They increase the interest rate. Okay, people gonna use more money on something like that to repay the loan. Okay, and then they're gonna spend less money. Hence, inflation rate gonna reduce. Right? And because this is just the beginning, So that's why when it's critical, like just like Eddie said, we're in a bear market for stock and crypto. Okay, this is not wise for us to invest in crypto or stock or anything. Okay, this is just the beginning. I would say this could be still the beginning. You need to wait till something like this. Just look at this chart. Look at this chart. You need to wait till. Okay, just look at this one. Okay, I'm gonna move to here. Look at this one. The market go like this. It crash. Okay, crash to here. Make it bigger for you guys. Right, and then you want it to go above the previous high. Okay, it break it through. No, this is not good. This is better. You break it through the previous high. Okay, break it, and it can sustain, and it keep going higher, and then here around this range is where you can start thinking about going back in. Because when it's free falling, you never know how big it can keep falling. So that means right now it's still falling. I will not go back in. I may need to wait till it really we have a clear reversal. That means people get back confident that, hey, we just get back to our previous high, and a lot of investors going back in right now. Then this is where you can think about you can buy more. Okay, so I know a lot of people say when people are fearful, you should buy. When people are fearful, you should buy. It could make sense. Depends on who you are. Okay, if you're a retail buyer, yeah, you may get whacked every single time you buy. Oh, it's going down, it's going, let me buy. But if you do not have enough capital, you cannot keep buying. Right? So that's the idea. So the same thing for crypto, for everything, the same. We need to wait for really clear reversal before we go back in. So that's why, then what should we do? So what should you do? Don't think about investment right now. Think about how to make more income. Find out any skill set. Okay, that you can do. Create something. Extra income. When you have extra income, even this is total loss. Where is it? Even you have a total loss of an investment, it doesn't matter. You can make it back within just 1 year of an investment. Okay, that's the idea for you guys. That's the idea for you guys. That means for me, I'm fine. If I lose like 100K, 200K, because I can make it 100K, 200K within just a few months or within 1 year for my business. So that's why don't compare with me when you see how much I invest or how other people invest, because you never know how much money they have from their other business. Okay, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. Okay, don't think about, okay, your friend just make like $1 million, let me put $1 million. No, it's not like that. Every people have different business. Okay, even business make money from revenue. Okay, what? You just think about it. Warren Buffett. Okay, just let me finish it. Warren Buffett. How Warren Buffett make money? People say, hey, Warren Buffett make money by investment. Yes, he make money from investment. But whose money is it? Warren Buffett make money by pitching to other investors, so the investor give him the money for him to manage. That means even Warren Buffett lose all the money, those are not his money, his investor money. Every investor sign agreement. Oh, there could be a chance of total loss. We cannot control it, right? But just that Warren Buffett have a very good track record. Hence, it became the biggest investor, the best investor on earth that everyone want to learn from him. Because he plays safe. Okay, but Warren Buffett is a businessman. Again, he's a businessman. He use others people money to invest, and then he take what? Commission fee. He take commission fee. Right? Just like Binance. You know Binance? Okay, one of the biggest crypto exchange. Even Coinbase. Okay, even like FTX, whatever. All these kind of exchanges, we call exchanges, right? They are not making money. They don't care you make money or not. They make money from where? From fee. Every time you buy, every time you sell, you pay fee to them. So what they want is what? They want market movement. That's what they want. Whether you sell or you buy, as long as you buy and sell, I make money. I don't care you lose all the money. I just care that you keep buying and you keep selling. Because either way, I keep making money. So that's why these people make money. They don't care Bitcoin go like crazy. They still make money. Right? So that's the thing. They are running as a business. They are not investors, they are business. They're offering service for you guys to buy and sell. But it end up making you the earning fees. Right? So that's why every richest guy on earth, they always have a business. Like, I think it's 100%. 100% of them have a business. Just look at the richest guy on earth. They all have a business. They're not, most of them not making a fortune from investment. They make a fortune by having their own business. And then they put the money back to their own business to grow. Okay? Recording in progress. Okay? All right? So that's it. That's what I want you guys to get from this training. Right? So that's why don't go too crazy into any kind of investment opportunity. Because I've seen people lose money. Even I lose money. Okay, but when I see you guys go too crazy in terms of what to invest, that will become a huge issue. Okay, that will become a huge issue. All right, so that's it. That's what I want to share with you today. And go back to work. Go back to find more income source. I mean it. Income source. Income source. Become a small businessman first. Okay, it doesn't mean you need to invest money. Small businessman from your original skill set. Oh, you are IT guy. Why don't you help people to do IT things? Help you to code, right? If you are a driver, yeah, you can do Uber, okay? But even you are a driver, you should work for rich people, and you can go to hire. How can I work for you? Like, let's say work for people who are billionaire or millionaire. They need a driver. You work for them, so you can get more insider tips. If every single industry there's some money to be made, or there's something you can do. Information is key. Information is money. Data is money. How you can get more data? Work for someone for free. Okay, work for someone for information. That's also fine. You want to become real estate investor? Why don't you work inside real estate company first? See how real estate company make money, so you know what you need to buy or sell when you later on you want to buy some house and property. All right. Okay. So kind of this is what I want to share with you guys. I know we have been keep talking about opportunity, but I didn't cover much on what we call concept, theory. This kind of like risk management. If you cannot do this kind of risk management, this is so hard for you guys to do to make money. Okay, focus on making more money first instead of focus on investment. All right, so that's it. Thanks for this 20 people in this call. Okay, I know I'm pretty long-winded. Yes, I'm long-winded. Okay, but I'm really careful, you guys, on this concept. I mean it. Don't just follow blindly about whoever say or recommend. Okay, you need to do your own research. But when you do your own research, on top of that research is your what we call the core value of investment, which is what I show you today. Maximum 1 year of a saving in investment until you know how it works before you go for it. Because you have like another 50 or 60 years in your life, or at least 20 years, right? Even you're pretty old. Still 20 years for you to play around. Why risk everything in the first 10 months? All right. Okay. So keep learning. It's never too old or never too young to stop learning. Okay. Also keep learning every single day as well. Okay. I'm getting into my 30s. Okay, in next year. So that's why I need to also become more and more mature as well in my training or in my learning or in my execution. So that's why I also keep learning as well. So for those of you guys, maybe you are more experienced than me in terms of investing, or in terms of business, feel free to reach out to me, share your ideas, even write something, make a video, share in a group. Because everything will be pretty useful as a community for people to understand the risk, or to understand your experience. Maybe you make some mistake and how you overcome it. Because when you guys share anything, it's helpful for everyone. Because maybe someone is facing the same problem, like where you were or where you was, okay, when you are like 10 years ago. But now they need to go through this. So how you overcome that? How you deal with this? Maybe your ideas, your experience can help a lot of people. Right? That's why try to become an educator, try to become a teacher, or try to become someone who will share ideas. So basically can help a lot of people. All right. So that's it. That's my sharing. Thanks Yue, thanks Dora, thanks Jennifer, thanks Eddie, thanks everyone in the call. All right. So see you later next week, the same time, 7 p.m. Wednesday. Right. So that to keep you guys updated, to keep you guys motivated as well. All right. That's it. Bye-bye.